This is the Grand Marshal, Mikey Spandex, and you are watching or listening, depends on where you're at, the OTS Podject.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the OTS Project, episode 15. Mr. Theo, what is going on, my boy?
I'm snapping. Nothing much. I've pretty much finished yesterday watching through all sorts of Wrestlemania matches for today's episode. Hopefully looking to move on to some other stuff because I know Wrestlemania is next week, but I am starting to get a little bit wrestled out a little bit just from watching so many matches straight. So looking to take a little bit of a few days of a breather before WrestleMania happens to kind of get myself back into the right headspace for it. But yeah, a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I don't blame you. A lot of wrestling is sometimes detrimental. Sometimes it gets you to be like, all right, I'm overseeing these people pretend to fight each other in a ring. So yeah, I don't blame you. My end, not too much. Just been hanging out, just been chilling. Yeah, I really didn't do too much. I didn't really watch or play or listen to anything interesting this week. I was kind of just existing in the ether, I guess you could say. So we can go right into our news / discussion because I really didn't do too much. So a few things to note here, but first I do want to say newsworthy, at least for the podcast, we have officially launched our Discord and our TikTok accounts. So if you're listening and you want to be part of the community, you want to hang out with us, definitely join in the Discord that I just launched. You can find it in the OTS Project kind of link tree that's in basically every OTS Project's social media account, as well as you can find the link for the TikTok. We have a couple new t-shirts as well. We have some WrestleMania inspired t-shirts that are up on the WNRN shop, which is also linked in that link tree. So if you find the OTS Project link tree, you'll find literally every link that you need, as well as a few links to me and Theo's social media. But yeah, I just wanted to put that over real quick. We have officially launched a Discord and a TikTok, as well as a couple new WrestleMania themed t-shirts on the shop, so that's cool. Super excited for that. I know I ordered some WrestleMania 41 inspired OTS Project t-shirts for you, me, and Mr. Wyatt for next week to kind of wear. As well as, I think this isn't going to be on the OTS Project TikTok. It's going to be on mine because you have to have a certain amount of followers to be able to do it. But I think, don't hold me to it, everybody that's listening that might be excited, because I don't know how it works fully, so we're going to be working on the fly. But on my TikTok, which is just OTS Bridger, I think next weekend we are going to be kind of doing a watch-along live on TikTok for maybe NXT and WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. If everything goes well, we might be able to do all three. So if you kind of are chilling by yourself for WrestleMania weekend, nobody should have to chill by themselves WrestleMania weekend. But I've definitely been there before. So if you're chilling by yourself and you want to, kind of have some company, you want to hang out, definitely go check out OTS Bridger. That's my TikTok. And yeah, we should be live pretty much all weekend next weekend, just hanging out and doing a little watch along for Stand and Deliver and Night 1 and Night 2 of WrestleMania. But in some other news, it looks like Peacemaker Season 2 has officially been announced to come out August 21st. I'm super excited for that. That's going to be really cool. I know we both really enjoyed the first season. We enjoyed him in the Suicide Squad. He was one of my favorite characters in that movie for sure. And we just love John Cena in general. So getting a Season 2 of that show, I'm super excited. It's not too far off. Yeah, I think the first season was hilarious. It was really good.
I have
in
to,
general, but
I
it
have
was
to
funny as
rewatch
fuck.
the first season. I haven't seen it since it came out, so I do
it's
have
been
to
a minute.
rewatch that before this new one comes out.
Yeah, but it was definitely really, really funny. I remember that. It was pretty funny show to watch and whatnot, so I'm super excited for that. We have a Star Wars Celebration just around the corner here, so this is going to be interesting. You and I have a really packed weekend next weekend, because not only is it WrestleMania weekend with SmackDown, Hall of Fame, NXT, and Night 1 and Night 2 of WrestleMania, but at the same time will be Star Wars Celebration. However, it is in Japan, so I'm expecting it's not going to be a case of us watching WrestleMania and me having my iPad and watching the live stream. because it's in Japan. So I'm assuming any news and stuff like that is going to be dropping here at like 3 in the morning. So it's going to be more of a case of us waking up before the WrestleMania festivities and enjoying whatever was announced or shown while we were asleep.
Right.
But yeah, I think it just makes kind of some more fun for the weekend. It's already going to be fun, but now that we're gonna be watching, WrestleMania night 1 or night 2, and a couple hours before that we'll be watching a Mandalorian and Grogu trailer and stuff like that. So that's going to be really cool, as well as for Star Wars to continue on. It looks like Fortnite is going to be doing a Star Wars centered season. It seems like it's going to be a pretty short season. It's not going to be like a full on season, but it is going to be kind of like a mini season kind of related to Star Wars, which I'm super excited for. I saw some of the people were able to kind of, I guess, go into the data of the game and figure some stuff out. It looks like that Battle Pass is going to have a Palpatine skin. It might have a Jar Jar Binks skin, and maybe there was someone else that I'm kind of blanking on, but those are the two ones. Maybe a Qui-Gon Jinn skin as well. So it seems like it might be prequel based, but yeah, I'm super excited for that too. I would imagine with Celebration, obviously next weekend, maybe that's where they'll officially unveil it or at least announce it and whatnot. So that's gonna be fun. I know you definitely haven't been playing Fortnite. I haven't seen you on Fortnite, but I feel like that'll definitely get you back on, as well as there's Adventure Time skins in the game now too. So I feel like Theo's gotta boot up the old PS5.
I saw it. It's just my wallet can't take it right now. That's the issue.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you. To stay on Fortnite for a second, yeah, I had because I have the Fortnite crew, as well as like I like to get whatever when they do like those $5 starter packs, or they do those little quest packs for like $10. I like to get those to get the V-Bucks and stuff like that. So basically, like a week ago, I had like 3,000 V-Bucks, which to anybody that plays Fortnite, you're like pretty much rich at that point. But then now I'm down to 500, bro. In the span of a week, they have killed me because they came out with a Negan skin from The Walking Dead, so I had to get that. They came out with the Sabrina Carpenter stuff, which I had the festival thing, so I didn't have to use that. But then they brought back the like X-Men bundle, and I didn't have Cyclops and stuff like that, so I used the rest of my V-Bucks to get that. So I'm like, yeah, in the span of a week, my 3K went down to 500 really fast. So
it's fucking dangerous.
Yeah, it is. And thankfully, I don't really care about Adventure Time. I never really watched it, so didn't have to get anything. But I will say there's like a BMO back bling, and I was very tempted to get that.
BMO's dope. Yeah,
definitely look cool. Let's see what else we got here. We have a Daredevil review. We want to talk about the episode, but before that, the last kind of piece of news I have here is for the Hall of Fame. It seems like the legacy inductees this year, which is normally the people that are no longer with us, that can't really be there to attend. Looks like it's going to be Kamala, Dory Funk Sr., and Ivan Koloff. 3 for sure legends. Kamala is probably the one that you and I both might be more familiar with.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a cool small little piece of news there, as well as officially last night they kind of showed and unveiled who will be inducting who at the Hall of Fame. So it looks like Undertaker will be inducting Michelle McCool. Triple H will be inducted by Shawn Michaels, which obviously, if it wasn't Shawn Michaels, the only person I would say is either Ric Flair, which I wouldn't have really cared for, or Stephanie. But Shawn Michaels probably makes the most sense.
Vince McMahon comes back and inducts Triple H.
Oh Lord. DDP is inducting Lex Luger, which makes sense. I know a lot of people wanted Sting to be the one, but obviously Sting is still kind of under some sort of AEW contract, so right. I didn't see Triple H reaching out to Tony Khan to get that to happen, so. And CM Punk will be inducting the Bret Hart versus Steve Austin match, so that's cool. I know a lot of people too wanted Layla to induct Michelle McCool, which I really wanted, but her husband is the Undertaker, brother, so he's gonna do whatever he wants. If he wants to induct his wife, he's gonna induct his wife. But I would have loved to see Layla induct her as well. I know Layla said she also will be in attendance just to support. So I was like, oh damn, that would have been really cool.
That makes sense.
But yeah. And our last little piece of news, actually, that it almost slipped there. So they've officially started filming Avengers Doomsday as of a couple days ago, which awesome, super excited. Really can't wait for that movie. someone, people have been taking photos of the set and whatnot. It looks like there's like a destroyed courtyard, which may play into our theory that those X-Men are not making it past the first 5 minutes. Maybe the expansion is getting destroyed. But yeah, someone took some photos and noticed that James Marston was on set, and somebody familiar was standing there with him that had not previously been announced for the cast. Benedict Wong, who plays Wong, was on set. So I think that confirms, even though we haven't gotten the chair with his name on it, I think that confirms that Wong is officially in Avengers Doomsday. So that's cool. It might be, I don't know.
They wouldn't have been able to do this without Wong. He's
sure.
the best.
For sure. And some people may look at that and be like, that's a spoiler or something, but I feel like his name's going to get announced at some point. I feel like it's not going to be a surprise that he's going to be there. It'd be a different story if I said Miles Teller was on set and they never announced his name. But I feel like the next time they say, like, who's there? And Kevin Feige already said that, they haven't announced everybody and more people will be announced. I feel like he's going to be, now, especially after that photo came out, he's going to be the first person on the list that gets announced. So yeah, but that's kind of all of our news this week. But Daredevil episode 8, I believe it was, has come out. I'm assuming you've watched it. I'm hoping you've watched it.
I have, yes.
Dude, best episode so far, in my opinion.
I
feel like
need to
that
watch this
episode
original
cooked,
show
bro.
because I love this fucking Bullseye that they've got, bro. Fucking Poindexter.
Yes.
Is so fucking
Yes.
sick as a character. Every scene he's in, I'm just like, he just had the whole blue aura around him is like so fucking badass, bro. It's so sick. I love it.
Yeah, that was the cinematography in that episode was definitely the biggest thing I took away. I just thought, because even like,
absolutely,
spoiler alert, but even when like Matt gets shot and the whole thing turns upside down and it's like red and stuff like that, incredible. Yes, I highly need you to watch that original show. It's not necessarily a spoiler. It's pretty common, but season 3, Bullseye is just impersonating Daredevil, and it's like the craziest thing ever, bro. He's literally running through the streets in a Daredevil suit, and people like he's doing things that are heinous and disgusting in a Daredevil suit, so people think Daredevil is like just gone off the rails. It's an incredible show. This show is incredible, but the original show, top tier, bro. But yeah, this episode I thought was great. The Bullseye stuff was incredible. Matt taking the bullet for Fisk was incredible. Matt kind of putting 2 and 2 together that Vanessa may have been the one that actually called out the hit on Foggy. Which I saw a lot of people talking about. A lot of people saying, the way Vanessa was reacting and she was telling him to relax, maybe Vanessa actually helped Foggy fake his death instead for some reason or something like that. So yeah, there's a lot of juice flowing through this show, and we only got one more episode left next week, but I know they are in the middle of filming season 2, and season 3 has also already been like greenlit and is ready to go once they're done filming season 2. So yeah, I'm just excited for more and more and more. But luckily for you, in the time that you'll have to wait for season 2, you'll be able to watch 3 seasons of the original show that you haven't seen. So yeah, it's incredible. As well as the Punisher show is also incredible. So when you finish those 3 seasons, I highly suggest you watch those 2 seasons.
I was going
as well.
to, yeah, after Punisher, Daredevil, yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was best episode so far. Yeah, the scene where they're in the damn, when he's like talking to Bullseye in the prison or whatever, and he just, oh man, like Matt he's a Catholic man, bro. He's a religious guy. And so hearing Matt just like, when he's like, thank you, and Matt just goes, fuck you. That, oh man, I like almost jumped out of my damn bed because I was like, holy, like this man is at his wit's end with everything.
He hates this man, bro. He hates him.
Yeah. Incredible. So yeah, that's kind of all the news and discussion we got this week. Super excited for the season finale of Daredevil this coming week. Just to add to our even more stacked and hyped up week, we're going to get that season finale right before WrestleMania weekend really kicks off. So super excited for that. So our official topic for the week, to stay on the WrestleMania theme, is our top 5 WrestleMania matches, as you can see in the thumbnail, with Mr. Shawn Michaels and Undertaker in it. So we both have a few honorable mentions. Let me get my list ready here. There we go.
I
We got a few
I not
honorable
only
mentions.
have honorable mentions. I have I had to make a top 10. I couldn't
Oh, wow.
stick with just 5.
Okay.
I was like, I need to order these other 5. Like
All right.
the difference between number 10 and number 1 is they're like half a star.
Okay.
Like these are either a 5-star or a 4.5-star for me. Like they're all so close together.
Maybe I should have done a little bit more research because you put more time into this topic than I did for sure. Because I just kind of raffled off.
I've been
what was in
watching
my
wrestling
brain.
matches for 2 weeks straight,
Right.
so this is a far more definitive list for me because I want to
Alright,
make sure
so-
that I got like an actual accurate list here.
I will list off really quickly my honorable mentions just to raffle them off. So Brett versus Austin, which is obviously going to the Hall of Fame. That's an honorable mention for me.
Yep.
The 3-way ladder match at WrestleMania 17, incredible. I love the WrestleMania 2001 as well. We literally just watched that a few weeks ago. But I think the WrestleMania 17 one is better. That's where they do the whole Edge spearing Jeff Hardy off the belts and stuff like that. So that's another one I love. Eddie versus Ray. That's an incredible match.
Of course. Yeah.
Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels, another incredible match. Edge versus Taker at WrestleMania 24. This one may not be on too many people's list, but WrestleMania 24 was the first WrestleMania I went to, and this was the main event, and I love both Edge and Taker. So that's another one that I love. This one isn't a singular match. This is more so just a WrestleMania kind of built around it. But Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30 facing Triple H in the opening match, winning, and then going on to the main event, winning and literally closing out the show, holding both belts with all that confetti flying, and Michael Cole pretty much crying on commentary. Incredible stuff. Brock versus Taker as well. That match, incredible. And obviously,
of course,
the ending of that is just iconic and legendary. And Sasha versus Bianca is another one that I have on my honorable mentions.
that's a good one.
I love that match. That match in general is an incredible match, but also it just has so much weight to it. You know, the first 2 black women to main event a WrestleMania and whatnot.
Right.
And again, they delivered. Like the first women to main event WrestleMania was Becky versus Ronda versus Charlotte. I was there for that, and it was a dud. You know, unfortunately, it was a dud. I was there for that. They went on at like 1 a.m, so everybody was pretty much dead and tired by then. We were done, and the match just wasn't good. Like they just didn't click. They didn't connect. So this match with Sasha and Bianca, this was the true like first women's main event to me because they just killed it. They went out there, they killed it, had an incredible match, and that match really also kind of made Bianca like a star. You know, that really cemented her as a top gal for years to come. So those are my honorable mentions.
I'll rattle off my honorable mentions, and I'll briefly go over my 6 to 10 just so that we can keep it in this top 5.
Yeah.
My honorable mentions though is also Bret Hart, Stone Cold. If it's not in your top 5, it's got to be an honorable mention at least. Like it's just that good of a match. I mean, if it's the first ever match getting inducted in the Hall of Fame, that says something, you know.
I need to rewatch that match. It's been a while.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like it barely missed like my top 10. Undertaker Triple H WrestleMania 28 in the Hell in a Cell. That one was also barely squeezed out. Ricky Steamboat, Randy Savage at 3.
Oh man, that's
Eddie.
also an honorable mention for me. Sorry, I don't know how I missed that one.
Dude, it's so good. I don't know how you forgot it. It's such a good match.
That match is a top tier match for sure.
This is I just rewatched this one a few days ago, and it's by far I think the funniest match in WWE history. Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania 38.
Which
so
is also
fucking good.
Yeah, it was just actually a good match because like it was just entertaining.
Yeah, it was just a good match in general. Like
yeah,
it was just funny and good. Stone Cold and The Rock at 17.
Yes.
The triple threat of Ray, Kurt Angle, and Randy at 22.
Okay.
Edge and McFoley at 22.
Yep.
Triple H and Sting. Undertaker, Randy Orton. Undertaker, AJ Styles. And then I also have here, this one's not, I don't want to call it an honorable mention, I just want to mention it.
Yeah.
It is WrestleMania 29. It is Chris Jericho versus Fandango, which I just randomly stumbled upon it, and I was like, you know what? It's Fandango. I want to watch it anyway.
Yeah. I also want to add Taker and AJ to my list. I don't know how I slipped by that one either, but it was really good.
And then going through, I'm going to just go 10 through 6 here.
Yeah.
Number 10 is going to be The Rock versus Hollywood Hogan. I don't want to put Hulk Hogan in a top 10 scenario, but like the crowd during Fuck Hulk Hogan, always. But
Yep.
the crowd during this match, I
Yep.
think this is probably the most electric crowd I've ever seen in any wrestling match in my entire
Yeah.
life.
That
Like,
crowd
they
was
were
coming
not
unglued.
sitting down or shutting up for a second.
For sure.
It was amazing. Number 9 is Undertaker Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25.
Wow.
It's yeah.
At the number 9 spot. It's crazy.
A lot of people will call this one of the best matches of all time. I get it. It's definitely a top 10 for me, but I feel like there are just some more matches that I enjoyed more than this. The story behind this match, I think, is really like par none. Like, I don't think there are too many storylines that really beat this match out ever in professional wrestling history.
I want
It's just
to quickly say, cause it pops up on my TikTok every once in a while, the video package for
Oh my
not
god.
well, hold on, not for this one, but I think it's for 26. That one where he does Sean does
It's
the
like-
slammy thing, and he goes to walk away, and he's like, "Undertaker, I can beat you." And then like the running up that hill kicks in, like the emo version of running up the hill.
Yep.
That is one of the greatest like
It's so good.
hype videos ever, dude. It is so good.
We also need to mention, if we're talking video packages, obviously I think the most goated one, Rockin' Stone Cold at 17
Yes.
with the
Yes.
My Way.
Rockin' Austin! Rockin' Austin!
They're just punching each other as the music
Yes.
drops. It's so sick.
Yes, so good.
Number 8, I've got Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 10. I am a fiend for fucking ladder matches. I love ladder matches, and I think this is one of the best ladder matches of all time.
For sure.
Number 7, WrestleMania 36, The Fiend versus John Cena. This is definitely far more of like a cinematic match, but I love the storytelling in this match because it goes through like all of John Cena's phases throughout his entire career, and just
Yep.
Bray playing mind games with him the entire time, especially when it goes back to like WrestleMania 30 and their match there.
Yeah.
I think just the back and forth here is just so incredible, and they do so many good things with this match, especially when it's like COVID going around and they can't really do all that much. They really knocked it out of the park with this one. And then number 6, I'm gonna call this my Glup Shitto match
Okay.
because that's really what this kind of is to me.
All right.
Is WrestleMania 39, the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Showcase match. I will never in my life shut up about this match. I think this is one of the best tag team matches of all time.
We were
It's
going
so
wild for
good.
that match. I remember we were sitting there and
We
we,
were
were
going
like
fucking-
legit popping and like jumping off the couch for that match.
I watched it yesterday, and I was still just like popping off every 30 seconds because they were just doing the most crazy shit in that
Yeah,
match, and
they
nobody
killed it.
like seems to talk about this match.
And I remember too,
because it's so good.
like right before that, we watched NXT and there was like another. I don't know. It was like another like six. It was like a 6-way fray or something like that. And it was the same
No,
case
it was a
where
fatal
we were
5-way. I think it was.
Yeah, I think like Axiom and
Yeah.
Frazier were both in there, and there were a few other guys, and we were just the same thing where we were just like going crazy, like yo, these guys are
After we watched
cooking,
that
bro.
match, that was also a very good match. That was a great day for wrestling.
Yeah, yeah, we were like these guys are cooking, and we had just met Hayden Christensen right before, so it was just a great day in general.
Yeah, it was a great weekend. One of the best weekends we've had for sure.
As we can see back
but
there,
yeah, that's
photo.
my 6 through 10. I don't know if
Okay.
you want to start with your 5 or if I want to
Yes,
go with my
sir.
5 first.
I'll start with my number 5. Might be a little bit of a sleeper. It's a great match in general, but this also just really has some kind of emotional weight to me. Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 35. Great match, but as a kid, Kofi Kingston was always one of my favorites because I used to see him at FCW when they would do shows in Newport Richie and whatnot. I used to go, so I got to see a lot of guys like him and Sheamus and Evan Bourne and whatnot before they got like called up to the main roster. So Kofi was always my guy because I just liked him in general, but I really liked the idea that I could see him at a FCW show on a Saturday in Newport Richie, Florida, and then that Tuesday he literally would like debut on ECW, which happened. So Kofi's always been one of my guys. When I went to WrestleMania 24, I've said it to a few people. I said it to somebody the other day. I made a really horrible sign. Oh, I said it to Jesse in our messages the other day. I made a horrible sign at WrestleMania 24 that was neon green that had shitty photos of John Cena, Randy Orton, and Triple H printed out, and it literally just said WWE Championship match, John Cena versus Randy Orton versus Triple H, and it looked horrible. And then underneath it, I put next champion, and it was a shitty photo of Kofi Kingston, and I was a few years off, but he finally did it, and he did it at WrestleMania.
2 years off, yeah.
And so I was there, and so the fact that I was there to see one of my childhood favorites finally win the WWE Championship meant a lot to me. Obviously, it meant a lot to the black community and whatnot, being winning a black man winning the WWE Championship at WrestleMania was like a really significant moment. I know there's that video of MVP and Shad Gaspar at like a bar doing a watch along, and they kind of just hugged each other and started crying. Like, it was a really meaningful moment to a lot of people in that community. But it was also, I'm not a black man. Not sure if anybody knew that or not, but it was really meaningful.
I know it's
really
very hard to tell, but
it was really meaningful for me as well. To the point where I also was in the crowd and I kind of started tearing up a little bit because I was just really happy that one of my guys finally did it, and especially because he wasn't really supposed to do it. It wasn't in the cards for him to really do it, but he just was so popular that they had no choice but to do it. So that's my number 5, Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania 35.
That's a very good number 5. I completely forgot to put that in my honorable mentions, to be honest. That should be another honorable mention of mine as well.
Mm-hmm.
My number 5, it might be a little bit lower on the list than yours, but I'm more than sure this is on your list as well.
Mm.
Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns 2 at WrestleMania 40. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, this has to be like probably one of the most emotional evenings we've ever had together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We were like jumping up, we were crying. The whole pretty much at the end of the match, we were like hugging it out and everything like that. It was literally like it was the end of an era essentially,
yeah.
And we were just witnessing the whole new, like, just WWE coming in with Cody Rhodes becoming champion and everything like that, and all of like the run-ins and everything like that by like the Usos, Solo, John Cena, The Rock, The Undertaker. I shot out of my fucking chair when I heard that gong go off, bro. Actually, I'm pretty sure we were already standing when that gong went off. I think I just started running around your room like a madman.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But definitely one of the best matches that we've had in recent years. One of the best WrestleMania matches of all time. I think it just got ranked like number 7 by WWE like a few days ago. 6? Yeah. So it's definitely up there. Definitely a far more emotional one. One of the best WrestleMania matches of all time. It's so incredible.
Yeah. It's on my list. It's a little higher. But I've seen Cody. I don't know if you've ever seen Cody tell the story, but Cody told the story about when the gong happened. He was like laying on the ground, and he was like watching everything happen as he's laying on the ground. And so he said he saw Undertaker hit the chokeslam on Rock, and he said like Undertaker kind of backed up and looked at him, and he was like selling, so he didn't want to just stand up and have this moment, but he thought Undertaker wanted to have this moment, and he said, like the magical dead man that he is, he just winked at him, and as soon as he winked at Cody, the lights went off and he was gone.
That's amazing.
Incredible
That's
stuff.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
My number 4, WrestleMania 28. This is another big match for me, is WrestleMania 28. Once in a lifetime, which really was not once in a lifetime, it was twice in a lifetime. But WrestleMania 28, Rock versus Cena. I just think this is one of the biggest WrestleMania matches of all time. So yeah, it just two top guys that were on top, and Rock kind of, well, more so at 29, he passed the torch. But just in general, the whole kind of situation was Rock kind of passing the torch onto Cena. Yeah, just a great match. I was there for this as well. This was the WrestleMania my dad could not go to, so your dad took me to Miami, and we had a fun little weekend eating DoubleTree cookies and watching WrestleMania. So yeah, that's my number 4. I love that match. I was very sad that Cena lost that one, but in general, it was a great match. Yeah, my number 4, Rock versus Cena. I just love the story of it. I love the idea of it. Again, I was there with your dad. I was not happy that John Cena lost. I remember, this is like core childhood trauma memory, I guess you could say. I remember he lost, and I remember physically looking over at the stage and just seeing John Cena sitting on the stage with like his head in his hands. So I was pretty upset about that. It wasn't a great time. Your dad probably should have just bought me a replica belt that night to make me feel better, but he didn't.
That's so fucking stupid.
But yeah, that's my number 4. I did go. I don't have it back there. I have somewhere. I did get a CM Punk signed photo from the merch stand there.
That's cool. My number 4 is Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 38.
That's a good one.
This is another one I just rewatched a few days ago. This is a fucking banger match. This might just be my favorite women's wrestling match of all time. I think it's so fucking good. I think both of these like characters are really like at their peaks at this time with this match. Especially with like Becky Lynch. I really love her character in this match, the big time Bex character, where she's like the shit and she knows it and she plays into that as like the heel of this match kind of. But people still like really like her as well. It's very odd, but it works very well. Yeah, but this is just a really great match. When I first saw this match with you, I was watching and I was like, this is just going to be like my new favorite women's wrestling match of all time because this is just incredible. Especially with that one spot where I think it was like Becky Lynch literally like flipped forward off the top and like pretty much ran the back of her boot into Bianca's face, giving her that black eye that she had for like a few weeks after that. But that was insane. That looked like it hurt like a bitch. But I really love that match. That's definitely my favorite women's wrestling match of all time, favorite women's WrestleMania match of all time, and it's in my top 5.
Yeah, that's a good one. I definitely should have put that in an honorable mention because that match is really, really good. I was I didn't really like the big time Bex thing, but I think it was more so she was just doing her job right, you know? It wasn't like go away heat. I was just like, the character's annoying, but obviously that's the point. But yeah, it was a really good match. My number 3, this was, at one point this was my number 1, but as time has gone by and I have seen other matches or I've rewatched other matches, it's gone down to number 3. Undertaker versus CM Punk at WrestleMania 29. I absolutely love this match. I think this is, in general, one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. And for a while, this was CM Punk's last WrestleMania match, obviously, until now, going into next weekend. But I was like, if this was his last match at WrestleMania, I'm okay with it because genuinely, this match cooks, man. This is an incredible match. Undertaker obviously always delivers. So does CM Punk. So this feud was just incredible. I mean, CM Punk literally was like taking Paul Bearer's ashes and like dumping it on the Undertaker because Paul Bearer had literally just passed away. And so the fact that they were doing things like that, I was like, wow, this storyline is incredible. And then they showed up to WrestleMania. Undertaker had that incredible entrance that I talked about last week. CM Punk also incredible entrance. He got played out to the ring by Living Color with Cult of Personality. Just in general, this is just literally one of the best. Not even just WrestleMania matches. This is just one of the best wrestling matches in the world at all time. Like all time. That's just, I love this match a lot. So that's my number 3.
That's a good number 3. My number 3 is going to be a bit of a sleeper pick. I feel like I don't think this is going to be in too many people's top 5s. Okay. It's going to be Owen Hart versus Bret Hart at WrestleMania 10.
That's a good match.
Let me tell you what. I've never even heard of this match until I started watching all these like WrestleManias and whatnot, and I'm very glad I found this match because I think this is probably just one of the best wrestling matches I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, you have like 2 of like the best technical wrestlers at the time going at each other. You have this whole brother rivalry thing going on. Everything is really just like connecting very well with each other. If I were to like, in a very hypothetical situation, run some sort of wrestling school, this match is homework, 100%.
Yeah.
It's such a good match. It's so underrated. I don't think enough people really talk about it or really remember it all that much, but I think it's very incredible. I think it's a very good match.
Yeah, no, that's a top-tier match. I need to rewatch it. It's been a while. I can't remember too much of it, but I do remember it just being like a banger for sure. Mm-hmm. My number 2, it's in here. It had to be in here. It's WrestleMania 40. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Some people may think it's crazy. This is my number 2 out of all the years, but I think not only was the story, but also just in general the overall story, but the story they told specifically in this match is one of the best. This just was incredible. I mean, they made a whole damn match mode or match type in 2K centered around this match. So I'm like, just the idea, like all those run-ins, the story, the emotion behind it, it's just incredible. So that's my number 2. Cody finally getting the title last year at WrestleMania 40.
Yeah, it was dope. My number 2 is going to be WrestleMania 17, the TLC match, Edge and Christian, Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys.
Yep.
This shit is insane. The shit they pull off in this match. Not even just like the spear off of like the hanging Jeff Hardy off the briefcase, which is like one of the best WrestleMania moments of all time for sure. But all the other shit that they're able to pull off in this match, this is like extreme wrestling to its very fucking core. People are getting put through like 4 set up different tables off of ladders and shit. You have run-ins from like Rhino and Lita and fucking Spike Dudley and all this other shit. All sorts of crazy shit is happening at all times. Like, there's not any sort of minute where you're like bored or uninterested with this match. Like, you are like focused in on this match. It's incredible all the shit they're able to pull off. And I mean, it was just really like the peak of their whole like feud against all 3 of these other teams with each other. This is definitely their best match. One of the best ladder matches of all time. One of the best extreme rules matches of all times, if you want to call it that, which you technically kind of could because it's TLC. It's going to be extreme regardless. But it's just incredible.
Yeah, that match is incredible. It was obviously an honorable mention for me. I love that match a lot. I watched that match a lot as a kid. Yeah, just an incredible match. Like you said, it was a car wreck. Like, there's not a moment of just like silence. It's just always go.
It's all chaos, all insanity, all the time.
Yeah. So my number 1, as I'm looking at this, I realized that the second version of this match has been completely left off because I think I was trying to see if I was going to put it somewhere else on the actual list, and I didn't. And so it's going to be an honorable mention. So my number 1 though is WrestleMania 25, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker. WrestleMania 26 we'll have as an honorable mention, but I think 25 is the better match. Maybe 26 might have the better story because it has the added weight of 25 with it. But the actual match itself, I think 25 is a better match. But just in general, top tier. The story is incredible. Shawn Michaels coming down from the heavens to be the opposite of The Undertaker when in reality he's just the bad guy. Yeah, just incredible match, incredible everything. I love that match so much. I don't need to glaze it too much. I think anybody can understand why this is my number 1. It's such a good match. It's top tier.
It's really like the most understandable number 1, I feel like, of any WrestleMania match. Definitely Undertaker's best WrestleMania match for sure. It's just a great match, great storyline, great everything going into it. There's emotion there. The crowd is into it the entire time. It's like a war where you want both sides to somehow win. It's really good. It's definitely a good number 1 for sure.
Top tier.
My number 1 is going to be Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21. Not only is this my favorite WrestleMania match of all time, this is my second favorite wrestling match of all time, and it's very close to my number 1. But it's Kurt Angle is just slowly becoming like my new favorite superstar of all time. And Shawn Michaels is obviously the GOAT, one of the best to ever do it. So putting these two together is really just like magic. And I know like the storyline going into it is definitely not one of the best ones on this list for sure. But I think just like if I was to just sit down and watch a wrestling match, this is easily one of my top picks for sure. It's everything they do in this ring is incredible. How this match was not a 5-star match at all is, I think, just one of the most criminal things ever. I love this match so much. I can watch this match anytime. It's so good, so entertaining. Everything they're doing just clicks. They work so well with each other. Their wrestling styles mesh so well with each other, and they're both so like iconic. Especially during this time, they're both really like at their heights, I would say, pretty much.
Right.
So it's definitely, I think, one of my favorite matches of all time, and definitely my favorite WrestleMania match of all time.
Yeah, that match, that's an incredible match as well. I really enjoy that match. I need to rewatch that match. I should have been doing what you were doing and rewatching and going back and watching stuff.
You really should have. You gotta do your homework, man.
Totally. Well, listen, when I've been watching.
Well, no, I mean, you've been watching for years. I get it. You've been watching since you were 5.
I was watching this when you were just in a womb.
That's not true. But you've been a fan for this of like 20 years now, so I can't really say to do your homework. But like
this guy telling me to do his homework. I watch these matches live, brother.
A refresher would have been a great idea on your end. Is my point.
I agree. I should have watched some for sure. But yeah, that's our list. Our top 5. Well, really Theo's top 10, and my top 5 with a shit ton of honorable mentions on both ends. So yeah, we just love WrestleMania. We're gonna keep it going. We did last week's episode was entrances, top 5 WrestleMania entrances. Today was matches. Next week's is going to be just WrestleManias in general, and the week after that, we're going to do our actual WrestleMania 41 review, and kind of just for the whole weekend, we're going to talk about Stand and Deliver, and we'll talk about both nights of WrestleMania. If any crazy shit happens, at the Hall of Fame. We'll mention it, which is funny because I know the Hall of Fame. We're gonna be watching that like before NXT or something because there ain't no way I'm watching that Friday night. I know you're not gonna be here, but that thing don't start till 1 a.m, dude. Like I realized it because it's after SmackDown, but normally it's on the East Coast and they're already at the venue, so it only takes them like 30 minutes to transition everything. So by like 11:30, they're up and running. No, because this is at the hotel or whatever, and it's on the West Coast. So yeah, I realized it starts at like 10 p.m. their time or something like that, or 11 p.m. their time. So it doesn't start here till like 1 or 2 in the morning. So I am not staying up to watch that. We will watch that the next day or Sunday or something.
For sure.
But yeah, WrestleMania weekend, it's coming up. We've got a lot of content. We're literally about to film our WrestleMania predictions video for the championship back there, things like that. So yeah, hop on the train, hop on the OTS Project / OTS Project train, and come hang out with us. Again, we just launched the Discord, so come hang in there, especially for WrestleMania weekend. Again, we're gonna be live on my TikTok, hopefully, so you can come watch it with us and hang out with me, Theo, and our friend Wyatt, who's gonna be there. Check out our TikTok. I'm posting clips like crazy. I figured out how to clip stuff. So throughout all of our social media, I'm just posting clips, like 2 or 3 clips every day. You can follow us at OTS Bebop over there on X. You can follow me at OTS Bridger on pretty much everything. Shout out to WNRN, of course, our podcast hosts.
Always.
Yeah, again, WNRN shop too. Their shop just uploaded 2 WrestleMania themed T-shirt designs, as well as a Power Rangers Wild Force design, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, that's kind of it. We'll see y'all next week for our top 5 WrestleManias, and the week after that for our WrestleMania 41 review.
Yeet.